Howdy hotshots, it's the Dividend Daddy, your favorite not a financial advisor with not financial advice. Ulti is getting hammered this morning. So why did that happen? Well, we expected that it would open up 9.21 cents lower today because it's ex-dividend day or ex-distribution day. So we would expect that to happen. But I've seen it as low as $5.41. Last I checked was $5.47, which is quite a bit higher than it started out at, but it's a lot lower than what it closed at yesterday. So I got my flowery notebook here, my trusted flowery notebook, and I got some notes in here for you as to what maybe happened. I wanted to see what happened overnight that caused problems for us this morning. First thing I looked at, and we've talked about it before, is the premium or discount to NAV. Yesterday when I looked, it was 0.14% premium to NAV. And last I checked, it was 0.2% premium to NAV. So that wasn't the change. That would be just market fluctuations with the buying and selling of Ulti itself. Now, my broker may not be updating that immediately, so it could have had some fluctuation, but I wouldn't expect that it would have a fluctuation of more than 0.4%, which would be about 2 cents. So I don't think that the premium or discount to NAV would make enough of a difference to account for the whole thing. So I figured something must have happened in the overnight hours. Well, the three biggest holdings that Ulti has are NuScale Power, Palantir, and Rigetti. All three of those were down just a touch. NuScale Power being the biggest contributor to that decline. It's 6.63% makeup of the fund, and it was down 4.7% just due to a nuclear sector sell-off. So I would expect that that would rebound. I think nuclear power is going to be definitely a growth type asset in the future. So I don't think NuScale is going to be down long term. The reason I think that is because with all the new data centers and all of the AI infrastructure being built, power is going to demand a premium, and there's going to have to be growth in that sector in order to make up for that extra power demand that we're going to see over the next several years. Crypto is continuing to be a big asset class, and it's getting more adoption, which means there's going to be more mining of cryptocurrencies, and that also demands a lot of power. So I really don't think that power is going to be a poor performer long term, but obviously it can affect us short term, and decreases in value in a main holding in Ulti is definitely going to damage it. But even at 4.7%, that's only going to make, even at 4.7% that it went down, that's only going to make less than a 2 cent difference. And we're trying to make up about 4 to 6 cents worth of difference. So there's been some market volatility even after opening today. Rigetti and Palantir, they were both down a little bit. I think that's just normal market volatility, a little bit of profit taking probably on Palantir. Palantir was down 1% and Rigetti was down like 0.1%. And then there were some other big holdings in Ulti that were just basically flat or even went up just a touch to offset some of those losses that we saw this morning. So I would, obviously the bulk of the discount on the price is going to be due to the distribution X date, which is today, and that's going to be over 9 cents that it would open up lower. But NuScale Power was the other, villain in the story, if you say, and not just that, but the other stocks that were flat or went up, we're going to have some time decay and some volatility decrease on our protective puts, which is going to affect the NAV of the fund just a little bit. And I was quite surprised. I think there was 17% in cash. So that's a pretty big cash holding for Ulti. But I don't think that's not going to cause us to lose value. It was still just flat overnight. So it's not like we're in individual bonds where when rates go up, our holdings go down. It's just a flat fund overnight. It didn't cause us any issues. But today would have been a really great day For some of you have had the idea that you don't want to drip your dividends. Now I'm still dripping because I work odd hours, and so I can't always be paying attention to the market and timing it perfectly. But today would have been a great day for you guys who like to just calculate what your dividend is going to be and then reinvest ahead of time and just get paid back with your distribution, because you could have gotten that $5.41 price pre-market this morning or right after the market opened, and then you'd have been able to get more shares for your distribution. So make sure to keep an eye on that. If you have time, or if you want to set limit orders, you might be able to snag better prices than if you just drip. All right, D-Gens, I'll talk to you later.